Letecia Ann Tish James is an American lawyer and politician serving since 2019 as the 67th Attorney General of New York, having won the 2018 election to succeed Barbara Underwood. A member of the Democratic Party, James is the first African American and first woman to be elected New York Attorney General. Born in Brooklyn, New York and a graduate of the highly sought-after Columbia University, Letecia James has earned her position through true perseverance against gender and racial discrimination. She has sought to ensure that her team has also reflected the wonderful diversity that represent the people of New York. Filed a motion to compel Trump and his two oldest children to appear in court and provide documents, stating that, "Thus far in our investigation, we have uncovered significant evidence that suggests Donald J. Trump and the Trump Organization falsely and fraudulently valued multiple assets and misrepresented those values to financial institutions for economic benefit." Additionally, James accused Trump of making misstatements to the IRS. After 930,000 documents proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that alleging that Trump's financial statements were used to secure more than $300 million in loans, and that these were generally inflated as part of a pattern to suggest that Mr. Trump's net worth was higher than it otherwise would have appeared. This a blatant white-collar crime that is unfair to every New Yorker. Now this why President Trump is now targeting AG Letecia James, and the supposed crimes that he wants to see her tried for.
Wait, so our current president is making New York prosecutors to go after Attorney General James because she was able to do her job effectively by proving that our current president cheated the New York state out of millions of tax dollars?
Wow, this is like a television drama, but unfortunately it's reality. Okay, so again, why are they trying to prosecute Attorney James? Please provide me with more details on this matter.
According to New York Daily News, James was indicted by a Virginia federal grand jury on charges of bank fraud and making a false statement to a financial institution in order to secure a mortgage for the home, allegations she has repeatedly and strenuously denied. On Monday, she branded the charges filed against her by a Trump-appointed prosecutor as politically motivated, vowing to fight them. According to CNN, Attorney General Letecia James was indicted Thursday in Alexandria, Virginia, as President Donald Trump's Justice Department continues to pursue charges against his political opponents. James has been under investigation since May over a 2023 mortgage she took out to buy a home in Norfolk, Virginia. Thursday's indictment focused on a 2020 mortgage for a different property in Norfolk. The grand jury returned 2 felony charges: bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution. James's first court appearance is scheduled for October 24 in Norfolk. According to the indictment, James claimed on mortgage paperwork that a home she purchased in Norfolk would be her second residence. That claim allowed her to get favorable loan terms not available for investment properties, prosecutors say. They allege she falsely stated in loan applications that the residence would be a secondary home when they allege James knew she would use it as an investment property. However, her grandniece is living there and is a direct blood family member. This niece has had troubles over the year and she was trying to help her niece out. This property was not used for rental purposes but more so as an add-on property to her portfolio. Then there is a second property in the same state, and again she has an additional niece that has been residing in this additional home purchased by attorney Letecia James. The niece's name is Shanice Hairston. Shanice also has other friends that are residing there.
Are you serious? Honestly, should she be punished for purchasing additional homes so that her family can enjoy the fruits of her labor? Because of attorney Letecia James being able to provide secured housing for her family, it helps for her to keep focus on the constituents of her state that she works for, instead of being weighed down by issues her own family may be facing.
It's obvious that this is exactly what you have suggested, but because there is a question in doubt, then that will be. This is what AG Letecia James is going to have to prove. In the meantime, New York and the citizens of that state have a very high cost of living. Most of that cost is offset back onto them through taxes. The amount of taxes that Donald Trump was supposed to pay his fair share of was and that he has been ordered to pay was well over $560 million.
The prosecutors that are supposed to be working for New York taxpayers are essentially doing the bidding for a president that wants to behave as if he is a king over a land that he has inherited through blood rights. Well, that sounds like my own home country, and to my understanding America had fought for their independence from the British. But they're now reversing their own independence and freedom to a new age king of America. Quite laughable.
It is quite laughable indeed. To allow a president to break your own constitution even if you have elected him through voting, you will eventually jeopardize your own freedom as a supporter of President Trump. That's what make America great. Their laws are there dense to ensure that no one is above the law in your country. Not even a king would be above the law. And that kingships are absolutely not tolerated because the land belongs to the people, and not to a bloodline. Besides, he is not even from any American bloodlines. If he wants to be made a king, then he should seek that type of blood right within in Germany, the nation that his lineage is really from. The entire ordeal is absolutely absurd.
I agree with you, and if they knew the severity of what they are doing in allowing Donald Trump to act as if he is a king, they are penalizing your justice agents will affect your own family, neighborhoods, and even the future of your nation that you leave behind for your grandchildren. Is it fair that the notorious Bernie Madoff was allowed to get away with stealing billions of dollars from innocent people?
I know, exactly. It's the same thing about Donald Trump. He essentially stole millions of dollars from New Yorkers. He didn't want to pay his fair share of taxes and he is a billionaire. He has properties and lavish hotels in every major nation of the world with the exception of a few. But he would rather for the local plumber, sanitation worker, doctor, nurse, accountant, and maybe even the teachers that are already earning meager salaries to educate young minds, and many times they're taking part of their salary to buy additional instructional resources into the classroom to better help the child. But today's Trump supporters want him to get away with stealing from them. This is something that will be written about, and our future generations will categorize this era similar to how our world views other past dictators.
Make sure that you like, share and subscribe for more Pop of Genius on urban politics.